Welcome to Season 3 of Sailing Sitka. I'm Kenna and this is Jay. We live aboard our 1976 Choi Lee sailboat named Sitka, in which we have sailed south from Canada in 2022 to the very last port of Mexico. This season, we are finally exiting Mexico and taking our boat further through the Panama Canal and into the beautiful Central American waters. So hit that subscribe button and follow along, as this season we are sailing as far and wide as possible.
You guys you make this happen, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Sailing Sitka, and I hope you enjoy.
Okay, here we go. We recruited Derek from Bully to come help us. We are going to haul out. We have not filmed anything because it is really bad weather, and we just got our time 45 minutes before this, so it has been go, go, go. We just lifted hook. Look at all of our rust and mud shit everywhere, but anyway, haul out straight ahead, and we're doing it. Yeah. Okay. We were supposed to haul out a few days ago, back when the weather was calm, sunny, and everything felt a little less rushed. But as luck would have it, the travel lift broke down the very morning we were meant to go in the slings. Since then, we've been stuck in limbo, just waiting on a word from the yard. Fast forward to today, the office sends us a message on WhatsApp saying Sitka's time has finally come. Be ready in 45 minutes. Cue absolute scramble mode. What you don't see on camera is the steady 20 to 25 knot winds and the occasional spits of rain. Definitely not the conditions you dream of when hauling out your very heavy and very expensive floating home on a newly repaired and hopefully reliable travel lift. The weather we're currently working with, not ideal. Also, they told us the travel lift would be ready in 45 minutes, and now we are at an hour. So we've been just loitering around because there's another boat in the travel lift, but now they just gave us the go-ahead to come on in, so here we go. As we motored toward our haul-out slip, my heart pounded. No matter how many times we do this, it never gets easier. Trusting people and machines to lift your entire home out of the water. Boats are meant to float, not dangle in the air. And seeing Sitka anywhere but in her element makes our stomach drop. That's why Derek from SV Bully was welcomed aboard. With blowing winds, an unreliable engine, a failing windlass, and a 25,000-pound boat aiming at a dock, a third set of hands is more than welcome. Lucky for us, those hands belong to Derek, someone we now easily consider family. Derek, if you're out there watching, thank you for this. And thank you for everything that you helped us with for Season 3. We love you guys. The Eagle has landed, and now she's getting hauled out.
Just about to pull the boat out for the season. Always nerve-wracking, and of course, like, you can't make this up once again, but in the 25 days we've been anchored here to get the boat ready, this is the windiest day by not a little bit, but by a long shot. And then when they told us 45 minutes, and then we were getting close, and you could tell the boat was not even dropped in the water, so we had to load her around, and our engine is still at the point where we don't want to use it over like 1400 RPM. So anyways, it still went well. Thanks a lot to Derek, who came on board, which made my life a lot easier, especially pulling the hook. So he was at the helm, just having the engine engaged and able to steer while I was up forward pulling the 160 foot of chain while Kenna was down below pushing the chain. So that helped. That was a huge, tremendous help. And now it's starting to rain. So hasn't rained in during the daytime, hasn't rained in over a month.
This is our third haul out while offshore cruising with Sitka. And like I've said before, it's never an easy thing to watch. Luckily, this lift that you see her in is the largest that we've ever used, or even ever seen. It's so massive, in fact, that for the first time ever, we're able to haul out bow first. Something that was never possible with smaller lifts that we used in both Mexico and Canada. As the yard workers positioned the slings with care, and Sitka began her slow journey out of the water, we didn't dare blink. That is our everything, the only home that we have, filled with all of our belongings, memories, and pieces of our world collected along our travels. In that moment, all of it rested in the hands of the workers at Linton Bay Marina. And now, looking back, we can confidently say that they treated Sitka with absolute care and did a wonderful job every step of the way. Haul-outs are always emotional reminders of what our boat means to us. She's not just fiberglass and rigging. She's our shelter, our freedom, and our ticket to explore the world. Every scratch in her teak, every patch of worn canvas tells a story of where we've been and what life that we've chosen. And all while watching her dangle in slings will never get easier, it makes us all the more grateful to call Sitka home. Show Sitka some love by commenting the word haul-out down below. And share with us your haul-out stories, because we would love to read all about them.
Literally, believe it or not, you guys, we haven't even really cleaned Sitka's bottom, like, at all. We lightly brushed, well, sorry, let me rephrase that. Jay lightly brushed over her, what, twice?
No, only once. I did one side once and then the other side a week later. So like in total for 6 months, she got one scrub on one side and one scrub on the other side and a light one. So.
Unreal. And it's pouring.
And it, literally, like we're not making this up. Like since we've been back to Linton, we've been back now 26 days, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 26 days or something like that, and it hasn't rained once during the daytime. Maybe like a sprit, but nothing like that. And it's blowing. But we were supposed to haul out yesterday too, but it is what it is. So today's March 21st, 2025, and I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? This is about the same exact time we hauled out last year. And then I looked up the pictures and look, Puerto Madero, March 21st, 2024. So we literally hauled out a year ago, exactly day for day is when we hauled out in Mexico. That's funny. So we ended our season on the exact same day.
She's getting a nice fresh clean, even though she doesn't even really need it. It just makes our life easier when we come back and do the bottom again.
Last year she didn't really need it either, and we didn't do it because we wanted to save like the 75 bucks. But the thing is, like when you come back, all that stuff, even though there's not much growth, that it's all dried up, and then you need to sand that before you can even sand the bottom. So it's a lot easier.
It's literally pouring, like it's pouring. And Sitka is coming around the bend here. So you just drove that thing like a boss over this like little bridged area. That is it, and that is all for season 3 of Sailing Sitka.
Yeah, she is all packed away, all tickety-boo.
Yep.
I feel like we got to do a better job this year. Last year we only had like 2 or 3 hours and we had to dip, so
yeah.
We made sure our list was like more substantial this year. But huge thank you to all you guys who've watched for the entirety of the season. huge thank you to everybody who takes the time to comment. We appreciate it, especially the word of the day. That's a new thing, but it seems to work, so we like it. And a huge thank you from the bottom of our hearts to our Patreon who help us out continue this journey. And the reason, for those of you who might be new here or haven't followed for a long time, the reason why our seasons end is because like we have to go work and make money. So we sell 6 months and then we go work for 6 months.
We're not retired.
We're not retired, and YouTube's definitely not paying the bills, let me tell you. So yeah, we have to work. So anyways, on that note, we'll see you next time. For next year, there's a weird
I just got attacked.
Okay, we need these things out. Okay,
thank you so much for watching. And just like that, season 3 comes to an end. It's a bittersweet feeling, really. And I say that because I know the offshore cruisers out there will understand. This life isn't easy. It asks a lot about you and your patience, your courage, your flexibility. Depending on your boat, your systems, and your budget, it can test you in ways you never expected. Season 3 tested us hard. We got our butts handed to us out there, to put it nicely. But above all, it taught us resilience. And still, we choose this life. Again and again, we choose it. Because the truth is, the beauty and the freedom far outweigh the struggles. Sailing is more than just moving a boat across water. It's a way of seeing the world that few get to experience. It's sunsets at sea with no land in sight. It's laughter of new friends in faraway anchorages. It's the thrill of landfall after days offshore, and the quiet pride of knowing that you got yourself there. It's tasting food you can't pronounce, learning words you'll never forget, and collecting little pieces of the world that weave themselves into your story. This year we covered over 1,600 nautical miles, visited 4 countries along our way, and shared countless meals, moments, and memories. And the fact is that this is how I'm spending the early to mid-20s blows my absolute mind. At the same time, I'm trying to soak in every freaking second, because this is the only life we get. Just this one. So before I log off, I want to say one thing. To everyone who has followed our journey, please, for the love of baby Jesus, go out and live a great story. Do not wait. Do not wait for the perfect timing, for the perfect savings account, or for the perfect excuse. The world is changing right before our eyes, and tomorrow is never promised. I know that sounds silly, but it is so accurate. And to gamble your one and only chance on a someday is just too great of a risk that I'm not willing to take. There is a lot to see out there, so much to do and so much to feel. So, what are you waiting for? Thank you for watching this week's episode of Sailing Sitka. Stick around for more to come. If you enjoyed, please spread the love and let us know. Special thank you to our Patreon members for making these videos possible, as well as helping our dreams come true. See you all next week.